Now, for the first time ever, senior officials from South Korea and the U.S. have met exclusively to discuss North Korea sanctions. During the first round of talks held in Seoul today, the two sides agreed to make sure all countries fulfill implementation and enforcement pledges of relevant sanctions on North Korea. Our foreign affairs correspondent Kwon Soa has this report.
Seoul and Washington are giving their full vigor and energy to implementing the sanctions on North Korea. That's what U.S. Special Representative for North Korea Policy Sung Kim said after what he called a very productive session with his South Korean counterpart Kim Hong-kyun and other officials at Seoul's Foreign Ministry on Monday. According to the ministry, the two allies focused on three main points: the implementation of the latest UN Security Council resolution, the other unilateral sanctions, and enforcing pressure on North Korea at the international level.
We continue our closest possible communication and coordination with the Republic of Korea. And both countries are also reaching out to others in the region and beyond to ensure that everyone is implementing this important resolution fully.
When asked for an assessment of China's stance on the matter, Kim said Beijing made very clear it intends to fully implement all provisions of the resolution. What's notable about Monday's bilateral talks is they were the first of their kind with a sole focus on the North Korea sanctions. That's why they were also attended by U.S. Treasury and State Department officials, including the coordinator for sanctions policy, Daniel Freed. He was also responsible for explaining the additional U.S. sanctions, which were somewhat ambiguous as to the range of people and organizations covered, especially with regard to the employment of North Korean workers abroad.
The new executive order from last week provides very broad authorities to deal with the issue of exportation of labor. And it doesn't mandate anything in particular, but the authorities are there if needed.
Freed also said the U.S. sanctions are designed to be used as a platform to advance the purposes of the latest UN Resolution 2270. Continuing talks regarding implementation of sanctions on North Korea, as well as other ways to pressure the regime, are expected to be discussed during a separate meeting at the ministry Tuesday between South Korea's top nuclear chief Kim Hong-kyun and his U.S. counterpart Sung Kim. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.